This video is about Amlou, a Moroccan dog who, inchallah, Friday will be heading towards Canada. And this video is also about Amlou's owner, Cody. The last time we saw him was at the Royal Air Maroc Reina, the Mayhem in Agadir. And he was so frustrated from that. Everyone was asking what he did next, right? What about the dog? Did he leave it? Cody, tell him what you did next.
So that night I drove to Casablanca at like 6 o'clock and got into Casablanca at 3 o'clock the next day in the morning. And then about midday we went, me and my friend who's been living in Casa the whole time, went to the Royal Air Maroc in Casablanca, and it was worth the drive.
Yeah? Why is that?
It was so organized. Everyone was very helpful. There was no lineup. There were security guards who knew what they were doing. Everyone spoke English. It was just very friendly and
not like
not what Agadir was like.
So Royal Air Maroc Zouin.
Yes, very sweet. Very good.
That's good. And what did they tell you about Amlou? What's the situation?
So I did a reservation with Amlou, but the guidelines say that you have to let them know the day before and the day of, before it's confirmed. So I have to do that before it's official that he's on the flight. So we won't find out till Friday at 4:30.
Inshallah. Cody and Amlou are off to, where are you flying to?
We're flying to Montreal, and then we spend one night in Montreal, and then on Saturday we're going to be flying from Montreal to Winnipeg, which is 3-hour flight west of Montreal.
And that leads me kind of into the Codys story. You kind of entered these videos, obviously come from Canada, you said Winnipeg. We don't have to go too much into your life there, but what were you doing there before you came to Morocco?
So I lived in Winnipeg till I was 19, and then when I was 19 I moved to the west coast, Vancouver Island, and then spent 5 years in a little town called Tofino on the west. It's the farthest west you can go in Canada. It's a beautiful little town. And then when I was there, I was working in restaurants, starting from dishwashing when I first got to Tofino, and then by the time I left, I was bartending. So learned a lot and did a lot of cool things in Tofino. And then.
But why did you go to Tofino? You didn't travel all the way west to work in restaurants and bars. Mm-hmm. What brought you to Tofino?
So I played lots of hockey when I was a kid. Played hockey till I was 19. And then decided that it wasn't the lifestyle I wanted, so I wanted to start surfing. And then Tofino is well known for surfing in Canada, so whoever wants to start surfing goes there. And then you buy a surfboard and a wetsuit and you start surfing. And then got hooked on it, and then just decided to stay and start a life there.
Beautiful. And then why did you leave Tofino to check out Morocco? Or what was your intention coming here? Did you have a round trip, a one-way ticket?
I had a one-way ticket. I had the intention of going to Europe after in the spring, but Morocco is really good in the winter, and Tofino is really rainy and cold, and it's really nice, but I needed a change, so I decided to come to Morocco because I had a couple of friends say it's beautiful, the culture's insane, it's really nice, waves are really good, and the months lined up to where I was in the perfect time to start traveling with this Moroccan season beginning, so I decided to just book the one-way ticket and just go for it. And then I got a job as a surf guide, and then it all started.
Wow. So Morocco had a good reputation and you came here, but you told me when you first arrived you were a bit disappointed with what you found. Is that right?
Yes, it was really hard to travel because I never traveled by myself before. So it was really hard to just show up to a place and take a zoot. And yeah, it was flat for a couple days when I first got there, and I was really excited to start surfing as soon as I got there. So it was a bit disappointing, and then I got really sick the second day, and then really sick for like 4 days and almost left.
Sorry to laugh at you getting sick, but
No, it
just
happens. It happens.
check
And
out the
then-
video I did about it a way long time ago, but come on.
Yeah, and then in November, December, there was like millions of jellyfish. So I got stung by jellyfish like almost every day. So I was just like, I didn't think this was a good idea to spend a winter in a jellyfish infested.
In my 3 winters here, I've never seen a jellyfish wave, and a lot of the surf instructors were saying the same thing. It was unprecedented, the amount of jellyfish. When was that, November?
November and December, and then they disappeared in January, and it's been good.
Yeah, I stopped surfing because you just see this wave of jellyfish, and you're trying to paddle fast through the water without touching them, but it's horrible. But okay, we went into this little disappointments when you got here. What did you really like about the place? What held you here?
The food and how raw it was, and how much of a struggle or how hard it was to like get used to it. But once you get used to it, it's a great time, and kind of figure it out a little bit. Know which shops to go to and which ones to don't go to, and people to talk to and the people you don't talk to.
Perfect. So a little bit of culture shock, and then I have this life motto: you got to get used to it.
Yeah,
it's kind of
it takes about 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
3 weeks it took me, and then it was the best time of my life.
Culture shock's a thing, whether you come to Morocco or you go to Australia, you know, like you're gonna find culture shock wherever you go. So you were working in Surf Guide, and then this video is also about our 4-legged friend. You might have seen him in the tide pool videos or our hike. He's famous in the hike. He's got a good scene in the hike when we're doing acro. So check that out if you want to see more Amlu. But how did Amlu come into your life?
So Amlu came into my life when I was working as a surf guide at Bega Surf Camp in Tamraght. I moved from Tegucigalpa to Tamraght, and then he kept hanging around. He was found in a garbage can by this lady from Montreal and a local guy named Tarek, and then they brought him back to health and got him to where he needs to be. Then you start hanging out with this pack of puppies that were just born in front of our surf camp, and then I just kept feeding him because I really liked him. And then this one girl named Kaylee she's from Hawaii and lives in Paris. I overheard her calling him Amlu. I was like, wow, that's a great name. You know, I just started calling him Amlu too. And then I took care of him for about like a month, but like never in the intention of taking him in. And then, I just kept feeding him and like always hung around me, followed me to the beach every day. He was just always there. And then Corona came, and I knew I wasn't going to Europe because I was going to be in Morocco for a minimum of 3 months. I didn't have the funds to go to Europe after. So I decided to take him in and take him back to Canada.
So this was when quarantine happened. You were at the surf camp, and from what I understand, there were people there on a yoga retreat. What was the feeling there? When they closed the borders and you had Germans and people from around, what was the feeling and atmosphere there?
Yeah, we had a big month-long yoga retreat with 18 Germans each week. So they came. There's 3 groups, and the first group came, and it was like all good. No, not really any corona like issues. And then the day that like it started, like the corona started getting worse and worse and worse. And then the day that they were supposed to leave is the day they closed the borders. But we already had another group come in, so they overlapped the first group, and it was crazy, and everyone was like very like panicky. And I remember one time doing a yoga class with them, and all of a sudden you just hear these crazy sirens and people yelling on the speakerphones and cops and everyone wearing masks, and no one knew what they were saying because it was just foreigners at that point. And they were just saying a bunch of stuff in Arabic, and that was probably the time where it hit me the most, was like, whoa, this is real.
Yeah, I remember that in Tamawanza when the truck drove by. It was just like a truck from Mitsubishi or something with speakers strapped on it.
Big speakers and like 2 cops and a bunch of people. It was like, whoa, driving down those back lanes. And
yeah, first time I ever saw cops in Tamawanza.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like, whoa.
It was wild.
things are serious now.
But it was really fun. It was a really good experience that I had with, and it was a really good experience I had with those girls. Because you just had to, like, you know, at the end of the day you were working there, so you had to keep calm and just like, yeah, we just catered for them and made them food and took them surfing and just made them relax until things kind of got sorted out. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. And then when the Germany sent all these flights in March for the people in Morocco, they all got on them, which is good. And then I stayed, and I decided to move away to leave the surf camp and just spend some time by myself. And
so
then
where did you go?
I moved up to you.
No, I thought you went.
I moved up to a friend's house, which Kevin was living at the time, and then spent about a week there, and then decided I needed to leave Tamraght. So then I went to Paradise Valley for 2 weeks, and just camped out in the woods by myself. Well, with a friend for a couple of days, and then she left, and then stayed there for a few more days by myself, and then yeah, we could come and go to Paradise Valley. It was really nice, really quiet. There was a group of people living out there in RVs, and I was just tenting, but then it got too hot, and I had to come back.
What did you like about Paradise Valley? I remember you're so excited about it. You're like, I'm staying here.
Yeah, it was just really quiet. It was nice, really nice, like, village up there, and the walk was always like, it was a beautiful walk. Yeah, it was really nice there. The trees were really nice, argan trees everywhere. Amlu loved it.
Yeah. Being outside.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were there the whole time, eh? We're 4 months in, you're still Paradise Valley with a beard like this.
Black.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it got too hot, and I decided to come back to Tamraght and then find my own place. And I found a place next to where I was living before, beside you, and by myself. So it was good to live about a month by myself. Yeah. And
what did you do in this time, in this month?
Just cooked a lot. Went for a couple runs here and there. Just hung out. Read some things. Watched a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, it's not a glamorous thing, you know.
No.
Like, tell me about the struggles of this, you know.
Yeah, the struggles was real. I didn't have that much money, so I had to always ask my mom for money, which was, thank God, my mom's the way she is. And yeah, just not knowing when or what's gonna happen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Being totally locked into a country is a pretty crazy thing to think about, especially in Morocco. And I just decided, I was like, this is the best place. I can really see this country in a different way that people probably will never be able to see.
And tell the truth, did you go for some sneaky surfs during quarantine?
Oh yes, I got to surf Anchor Point by myself. Like, good Anchor Point by myself, don't tell anybody. Surfed the wave up in between Tamraght and Desert Point, which was really fun. Went to Tiffany a couple of times, but also got kicked out of the water a lot. At least 10 times.
Oh yeah, that one time in Tamraght.
Yeah, I got arrested, got the boards taken away. Spent the day in the police station, ended up having tea and papaya with the police officers. It was a great experience. And then, yeah, it was a great time.
And yeah, you said you did a lot of cooking. Cody probably knows more about Moroccan cooking and in the kitchen than I do, because when he was working at the surf camp,
Yeah,
shout
out to Safir. Taught me a lot about Moroccan cooking and what spices to use and what not to use. And yeah, I could feel my tagine game's pretty strong because of him, for sure. Yeah, still to this day, I think I could make a better one than Safir, but
if you saw the tagine with the Slovenians, Cody was the coach of the Slovenians. They're putting it together, but he was talking about this bed of carrots, right?
Yeah, can't forget the bed of carrots.
Yeah, so he was the mastermind behind that. I make more of an American style tagine, but he's got some Moroccan cooking skills.
Yeah, couscous, I can make good couscous.
Really?
Yes.
This one I did not see during quarantine.
But usually the Moroccan men don't make couscous, so this woman, Hadija, taught me how to make couscous. So that was a Hadija move, thank you. But yeah, I think I can cook pretty well in Morocco.
Yeah, I agree. It's good.
More good omelets. I love the Moroccan omelet. The Berber omelet, wow. It's genius.
And you're a big fan of the beans in
The
town
beans,
here
yeah,
too.
the beans and the lentils. I love Moroccan food.
Massaman, you love massaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like Moroccan food, you love it.
Yeah, I love Moroccan food.
You always remember that, and you're taking some Amlou back to Canada.
Yeah.
The Amlou, the dog, but he kind of looks like is he peanut or almond Amlou color?
Almond for sure.
Almond for sure. Okay.
That's too dark.
With honey and argan.
Yes.
Very nice. Let's finish up this video before the girls come back with coffee, actually, so we'll look like we're productive and stuff. Just last final question. What are you excited for in Canada? Like, what awaits?
I'm excited to start working again, to start saving again.
Of course.
And then hopefully go back to Fino for a couple months and then fly away from there. But I'm excited to start something new. See my family. I haven't seen my family in a few years. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be really nice to see them. They're really excited. And just to get Amlou back to Canada. Just to see him running around in Canada is what makes me the most excited.
From a garbage
Dog to
from being in garbage cans.
living on a farm in Canada. It's gonna be a great experience for him and me.
All right, Cody, thank you for taking this time to tell some of your story and ask some questions about that viewers have been asking. I'm sure you're going to get more questions. Might get some women's phone numbers, you know.
Inshallah.
So thank you for tuning in to today's interview with Cody featuring Amlou, and we'll see you next time. There he is. Oh, what a good dog. When Amlou feels something's up, he feels changes in the air. You can see it in his face. He's attacking dogs. Yeah, what's that about? Hopefully he doesn't attack the camera. He's sleepy. But he's ready for a journey from the garbage can to Canada. The story of Amlou.
The apartment.
Let me know when you're ready.
Good?
You ready?
Yeah. Do I look at the camera? Or do I look at you?
Yeah, you look at the camera.
So I'm looking at the camera at you.
Or at the camera lens is okay.
camera
Yeah,
lens,
that's
okay.
good. You look at me when we're talking and stuff too, that's fine, but looking at the camera is good too.
Yeah, okay.